is for your. I'm recording right now. Can y'all hear me? I'll just message it everywhere and see what happens. All right, make this live there, live here. All right, and I'll just open up X account right here. It should be popping out chat. Why does it pop out after going live? It's like the worst thing ever. All right, it should be fine. Let me check the audio. How do I even check audio? Like, how do you check anything? Okay, there it is. Me. Okay, yeah, it should be fine. Let me know how the audio is, and so I'm gonna share this also in my Telegram. Copy link, and I'll just say live meow. Okay, so we're live meow, and so on. All right. Anyways, I got a lot of stuff to go over. I think I had some messages earlier from. Yeah, anyways, yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the last live stream on that's Chris Jackham in the museum and so on. Yeah, museum's a bit wild there. But anyways, let's see what I have in store. So yeah, so again, every other week I'll be going over math Q&A if you have any questions and so on. If anybody else is in, so far it's just me. But anyways, if that's the case, then I'm just gonna go over my basically I'll go over these questions I have in here. I just put random stuff that I people ask me. And then what I also do is then the main then once we have time I'll go over the electromotive force and so on. And then the next week I'll be going over some in my own tinkering with experiments and testicles and so on. And I'll be gradually doing more and more of that because again, when I'm telling y'all I'm gonna replicate Hutchinson effect, we are not playing here. This is not a Bob Greener word salad. Nonsense. This is literally trying to get the actual nitty-gritty of all things. Okay, anyways, I'm open up this. Actually, before we get to that, some people. Actually, I gotta share. This is the Q&A in here. I mean, this is the threadcast. I will share the threadcast in here, and then so that's threadcast. I'll be posting everything in there. Also, I might need a new mouse. I need to press it like 3 times or something. Okay, and then this guy says the common language for electrical engineering explains why EMF is a great example of how terms can be the same but have drastically different meanings depending on many different factors. Send your address in DMs. Obviously, I'll gift you the book. Okay. Okay, this guy wants me the book. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that would be great. Thanks. Okay, so I'll DM this guy. Okay, so this how do I DM him in private? Because I'll have to open up this thing. I'll open up my personal setup here. I'll move it on the side, and then I'll go to this guy. Okay, and I gotta click on this thing, so it's easier. Okay, so this guy is asking me stuff. I'm gonna just message him right now. Personally message. iPads. Well, heard you can send me an epic book. I'll just type it here, then when I do the address, I'll do it. Okay, I heard you can send me an epic book on electromagnetism. My address is. I'll just say I'll give him my address here privately. Okay. 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 Yeah, so I sent a message and hopefully get a book there. And see another private message here. I think yeah, so what's his name? Okay, Attila or 29,000 tons there might send me something here, but criticism from the last live stream, it's all right. Criticism is all right. And so on. All right, anyways, that is the in Leo. Where's the this part here? So we are live now. So we did this thing here. That's I need to get in order. So this is gonna be this needs to be comments. This one needs to be yeah, that's just everything. sorry, I'm just getting into this, so then I would need to share this in here. And this one is going to be, because basically anything I do here, yeah, my mouse keeps, I need to press the thing super hard, otherwise it keeps letting go. Okay, this is going to be, I'll move it over to this side, live stream. There's the emails. We're getting a bunch of emails. Holy, I cannot even move my mouse anymore. Last time I had an issue with the mouse glitching, and now, like, it just wouldn't work. Now it's just, now it's not pressing hard. Okay, so I am sending this here. Alright, so, oh, did I cover this? Oh, that is already. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. What in the world's going on here? Okay, that's the in Leo one. Alright, so that is that. And so when I also, first off, I'm getting some people, a lot of people messaged me because about my cousin, Steve Eyes. Person says, hi, Steve's cousin. There are many people concerned about Steve, so I would like to clear a few things up to stop the concern. Question, have you actually had conversation with Steve since he stopped posting content other than Telegram post? And if the answer is no, would you please give him a call to make sure he's okay? I don't want to cause you anguish, but then you would find it child's play to hack a Telegram account. Sorry to be a nuisance, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Hope you can understand. I give you a thumbs up, even though I know nothing about mathematical equations. All right, I'll reply to this person. Okay, thanks for reaching out, yeah, for reaching out or asking. I have not talked to him directly since. Just through Telegram messages. He what's called his Telegram post was after I messaged him saying keeps saying his subscriber, yeah, keep asking me about him. But yeah, that is it. I will give it some time, but I will reach out directly to him or his family. Okay, well, yeah, we'll ask him to make a video update on BitChute for all those concerned. Yeah. So I just sent that. Yeah. Whoops. What just happened? Okay, this one I'll just copy and paste that. All right. So that's that part. And then the same guy commented here. Oh, 20,000 tons of thermite. Epic stuff there. Yeah, I saw your comment. Just a bit. I was trying to rush here. About the Chris Shack live stream. Yeah, I understand your concerns. Chris is a bit out there, but again, what I like is when people put their like selves on the line. So it's like you're gonna see a lot of quirks from people. What I do like about him is he literally emails the actual medical staff at like NYC. He's emailing them talking about dosification and so on, and he's saying, hey, how come there's a bunch of dead body remains in the back of the museum when apparently they weren't even asked if they wanted there, and so on. So yeah, so he's taking over the game. Anyways, the guy's pretty interesting. Audio sounds good. Epic stuff. Yeah, thank you. Let me know if it's too loud, too low, and so on. Yeah, so I was going over this message from my people asking concern about my cousin. He hasn't posted in a while. Yeah, I haven't. I need to reach out. So it's just because his parents talked on him with talked on phone with him. My dad recently sent a $1,000 because they contacted him and tricked him into thinking it was me. My dad did not try and call me and verify if his fam. Yeah, well, if somebody's asking for $1,000, you better speak verbally. If his fam is only getting a text since June, this is not necessarily him, only his phone. So it is such a big deal to verify if his parents or siblings are you by calling him direct proof he is actually on the other end of the phone text. If bad shit has going on, the sooner it is looked into, the better chance of helping. Yeah, it's I understand, but I'm leaning towards I think it's pretty much just a setup there. So a message there. Okay, this person, yeah. Yeah, good idea. I am not sure if they have, but there is no, but good idea in reaching out to them. I will do so and ask him to post a BitChute video update. Maybe in bit more time. He posted on Telegram after I asked him to. Since many peeps were asking me about him. Yeah, many of his subscribers, many of his subscribers are asking me about him. Yeah, so that's really interesting. It's like they're asking me because I'm his cousin. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, 29,000 tons. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I understand. Also, I was gonna send you something private right now. I'll just send you this one. I was gonna send it later, but I'll just send it to you right now. And just because this is something I made for the doctor. Yeah, and Andrew. So I'll open up a new tab here. I saw it's on my website, but I just wanna. Okay, I'll send it to you, and then just because I haven't made it like public yet, so I'll just leave it like that. Okay, I'll go over your message later, but I just want to send you this one here, and in case you want extra info. So I sent you some stuff here. You may like it as that's a I'll just type it as this is notes, links, videos, info I made for DJ and AJ to get caught up on things. All right, so I made that for them on my website, just so it's easier for stuff to get around. But anyways, some of it's pretty hilarious. I'll just keep that in the back burner right now. But anyways, yeah, I understand your concerns. You're also because yeah, I've noticed. I think you're like more of a movie buff, like you know about movies and so on. Like me, I am illiterate on many things, and so on. Anyways, I'm gonna close these stuff. Actually, okay, I'll post these there. I'm checking right now. Yeah, have fun with that. It's quite extensive, and that is again putting on my website like that easily. It's you got to thank Claude AI for doing that. Like I wrote all that, and then I just I wrote it in Pete on Hive and Markdown, like and then I just tell Claude to throw it into my website and so on. So anyways, that's pretty wild stuff. So I'm gonna do these right here. I'm gonna just screenshot these because this is part of my stream there. I'm gonna screenshot here. Yeah, actually, no, I'll just keep those. Maybe should I do that or not? Okay, so anyways, yeah, that's good enough. I'll do that. It's part of the setup there. I don't want to keep asking. I don't want to keep answering the same questions over and over again. And this guy's a 2-9-11 truthers, one dead, another disappearing in thin air. Matthew North Rip found dead in car. Bullet had Johnny Gat vanished without a trace. Interesting. Yeah, but the thing is, are they actual truthers? Okay, are they get 9/11 justification right? So I'm gonna send this over to here. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. And then why is it notifications? Who cares? The common sense. Well, some of this stuff is way out there. Yeah, no, I understand. So yeah, that's one thing. Like yeah, like a lot of people don't quite grasp why the spooks like they're effective. The spooks have a lot of common sense because well, also they're like trained on it. They have like people like literally telling them what to do, what to say, and so on. It's like you need to be able to grasp why spooks are effective. Like they understand common sense, and they understand public perception. So it's like you have to anything you do, anything you claim, you have to make it such that on the public perception, it can be perceived like pretty well. Like you don't want to just be like saying a bunch of nonsense. Again, that's why for example the Bob Greener stuff. It's like it's just him saying a bunch of stuff. It's literally just saying stuff. And any actual scientist saying his stuff will be like, this is like absurd, absolutely absurd. So it's just absurd. That's all you have to. There's nothing else to say about it. Okay, that's eyes there. Okay, and then I think somebody else messaged there. Okay, that was this one, and then the other one. I want to get the other one. I think I replied here. Okay, this one here. Also, this guy. Again, this guy. These guys kept asking me about him. I'll do another one. Another screenshot. Yeah, this guy. I want to screenshot the top part. You're right about atomic clocks and so on. So you have to realize like Bob Greener and so on. It's like they try to like he's all about public perception in terms of like alt media and so on. So it's like when you hear him talk, you think that's how scientists are, but it's like talk to an actual scientist. Actual scientists are nerds, okay? Like almost all of them are nerds. I'm like I don't know. You could call me a nerd or whatnot, but I'm probably I wouldn't even put myself. I'm like just self-aware. I'm like I'm like one of the self-aware. Like I understand it takes a bit of extra to get stuff right. Okay, this is comment there. That's good. Okay, this right here. Okay, so this is another comment. Yeah, this guy here. Yeah, BitChute is quite wild. Yeah, BitChute is absolutely wild. But anyways, I'm gonna send this one here. Where's this one here? How do I'm gonna do that because I put it also on here. Again, people ask me about eyes. Hopefully everything's doing well with eyes is watching. Yeah, so that's okay. Anyways, yeah, so 29,000. That's hopefully you like that that link I sent you. It's amazing. It's actually quite amazing. And another thing I'm doing is this one right here, UFO. I'm gonna modify this all. This one here, I just I made this quickly just with Claude, just to put on here. Claude, I put this Claude AI, but I'm gonna replace all with my own stuff. What I have in the works actually. So what I'm gonna do is every single thing I did, like all the stuff I bought and so on. What I'm working on is it's like where's the setup here? Okay, interesting. Okay, this one here. I made a science experiment. So I'm writing. I'm gonna be posting on Hive. And then all that I'll do is, so here's the setup here. That's why I was uploading those videos of me getting zapped and so on. So there's a Tesla coil. I bought it here. The date I bought it, how much money I bought it for. Here's the photos of it. Here's me getting zapped and so on. I'll be doing every single thing I actually do in a sequential log. And then what I'll do is I'll get Claude AI to put this on MES.fm. So the full progress will be on MES.fm/UFO with all articles being on the Hive blockchain. So basically use Hive on the back end. And then all I do is just retrieve it, put it in a MES.fm/UFO because that's the name of the game. Okay, he says, I told you last year, I believe BG using Martin Fleischmann's name to gain clout. Is there any other contributors for Martin Fleischmann? Yeah, that's a good question. They were at the beginning. Apparently there's other people, but he's just taken over and it's like, and he speaks so much that most people, especially the people that have like 9-to-5 jobs, and they don't have just like the willpower to deal with like infighting and all this nonsense. They just let him loose. But one thing you have to realize is, do you remember the Stephen Crevette guy? Where's the Stephen Crevette? I'm gonna go over. This is some interesting stuff. If I go Pete Hutchison right here, and then if I go into Crevette, so I put the Stephen Crevette interviewing Martin Fleischmann. So this guy actually interviews him. He still has a running website, right? So this is Stephen Crevette. See what the website was again. And then he's there at the 10th International Conference in Cold Fusion. If I go right here, go to his website, New Energy Times, right? This guy interviewed him, I think, multiple times. And he has a YouTube channel as well. Okay, where's the energy? And like a Vimeo. So this guy here, he has Mark Fleischmann in there somewhere. There's Eugene Malop. There's Stephen Jones, like on that side. Yeah, so this guy here has no affiliation with Bob Greener. This guy interviewing Martin Fleischmann. Okay, so now if you go to search the site, the only time Greener's mentioned, this one's pretty interesting. The only time he's mentioned is in an article that he references from somewhere else. So in Who's Scamming Who, New Energy Times. And then in Cold Fusion 2.0, Who's Scamming Who. So the only time he's mentioned is in a Popular Mechanics book. No, an article that he archived. And it's about Cold Fusion scammers. And he's saying that the Andrew Rossi guy's a scammer. And Greener's mentioned, it would be appear from our initial findings that Rossi has exactly what he claims. and it's a reference to Bob Greener. He uploads usernames who gave permission. Well, initially they started that foundation. He was part of that, but I just. But again, it says a lot of word salads. I don't know like what's going on here. Okay, so Greener says there are not 20 works around the world following MFMP recipe and so on, and trying to reproduce results. So he's saying that Greener's saying that this Rossi guy is legit, except this guy and it's basically it's in an article on Popular Mechanics about that yeah. So the guy that interviewed Martin Fleischmann is calling Andre Rossi a scammer, right? And the only time in his entire website that Bob Greener is mentioned is a Popular Mechanics article that Stephen Krefeld archived that has Greener quoted as saying Andrew Rossi is not a scammer. So the actual Martin Fleischmann guy is calling out scammers, right? And the only time Bob Greener is mentioned, the guy interviewing Martin Fleischmann, I cannot stress enough, he's interviewing Martin Fleischmann. And he has New Energy Times, and he has no affiliation with Greener. And the only reference is Greener promoting a scammer. I cannot stress this enough. Like y'all ain't ready for this. Okay, so just go do a search on his website. It's pretty wild. So it's kind of what I mean. Like there's Public Mechanics. Greener's mentioned, and there's scammer, and then there's this. Okay, and I'll put them together so that it's a good juxtaposition. Yeah, so this is gonna be edit. What's BG's achievement? Well, that's the thing. What is he actually? Again, he literally says he sees in the lab. He sees in the lab that there's the teleportation cartoons in there. And is there a video? Is there anything like that we can see besides his like word salads? If I go right here, yeah, this is quite interesting. And then also if I go to Stephen Krefeld, so remember, this is the guy we're talking about, Krefeld, Fleischmann. Go on YouTube. So there's me. I put his interview with him, and there's Stephen Krefeld. Okay, we got a bunch of peeps right here. I gotta lock my door. My door's locked. Okay. Yeah, so there's Stephen Krefeld, his channel, and if you go to Fleischmann, Martin, he literally has him interviewed. Low Energy Times interview many times, 2005 as well. So it's like he literally has interviews, full interviews with him here. Part
very
1.
interesting here this week.
Oh yeah, this is very interesting.
So this guy here is just like casually interviewing Martin Fleischmann, and is not affiliated in any way with Bob Greener. So like, I wanted to get them on. Okay. Okay, they're breaking my door. 1 sec, I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, so that's in his interview him. Oh yeah, I still need to update the thing. So he really liked my upload on the thingy. He actually reached out to me on email. He liked my video upload, this rare interview here, and then he actually sent me the full. Yeah, I might have to re-upload it. Yeah, I'll do that just for him, just because I want him on the show. So he actually sent me the full transcript. It was that he made manually. It's some of the typos, and it will show you who's talking and who. So it's right here, Krefeld. Krefeld. Yeah, I'll have to do it just because this guy's. So he sent it over here. He said, so he sent a link there. I'd like to appreciate what he did here. There's some words that didn't come out exactly. There's Stephen Krefeld, and he messaged me. So again, he's on his game. I realized something I checked. And again, this is after I called out Bob Greener. So he's emailing me after I called out, I think maybe after, yeah, after. And then he sent me a full transcript. Okay, then I even asked him to join a live stream or something, but he says in terms of, but he he said he's not. But he was saying that Hutchison free energy is not related to 9/11. But I'm like, okay, I don't know what that's. So that's only a potential spooky part. But he probably doesn't look at 9/11. But anyway, so he put the typos in here, and then he made a full transcript. Where's the transcript? Oh, that's typos. Okay. I mean, if you want to redo the whole thing in a formal. Okay, so I'll do the formal thing. He did send me it. Where is it all? Updated transfer. I thought he did send it already. Okay, so I asked him to join live stream, but where did it go? Okay, give me about 2 weeks. I thought he sent the full thingy. Check out, get back to me. And he says, please tell me about that. But I thought he sent the full thing. They're Corvette. Okay, so he wants it like this, but I could have sworn something happened there. Corvette transcript. Let's see, send it separately. Ask him directly about Bob Greener. He didn't look into 9/11. Yes, yes. So I can ask him about Bob Greener. Okay, so I will ask him once I do the transcript because I don't like asking people things without giving them something. That's if you ever see my my strategy, I don't just ask people stuff. I show them here's what I've done so that you can like realize I'm not just doing. I'm just trying to get in. Okay, so I guess it didn't have the transcript. I have to do that myself then. Anyways, I'll do that for him just for him. I'll put it in my to-do list. Okay, so where in the world is it? Okay, there it is. I thought I could have sworn he sent the full thing. I'm gonna just say from all the messages from Corvette. From Stephen Corvette. Okay, see this one here. So that's the only one there. Okay, so that's the only one. Okay, I'll just put this in my duplicate this. Okay, I'll just I don't know what am I even doing. Okay, so I'm just gonna go like this and add to my later group. Okay, so that's add to my later group. Anyways, so this will be updated probably next week to make it match up with this, and then I'll be gradually adding everything and also make it put on Hive and YouTube. So this will be on Hive and YouTube. Everything that I do, all the experiments, so that it will be sequential and easy to follow. Because again, we're doing what John Hutchison should have been doing. Yeah, I will ask him directly about Bob Greener. So I'll do a re-upload of that and ask him because that is literally the nail in the coffin. If you get this guy who's casually chilling with Martin Fleischmann to call Bob Greener a clown, and again, he's pretty much calling him. Like if you read between the lines, like how is the only yeah. So there's Greener in here mentioned here. Another thing I want to show is, I think it wasn't my BG playlist thingy. Yeah, okay, again, there's a lot of stuff he just says. So I have that. Actually, might as well just show it. Actually, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show it anyway. The thing I sent to I'm gonna show this was a website. Oh, whoops, that's BG Wildland. Okay, this is the one. Yeah, this was I just put it here or whatever. I'm gonna just show it. Okay, so it's like this. These are just some notes there because he said he nominated for Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, I got my doors getting destroyed. But I wanted to go over what did I want to cover? Yeah, there's some weird stuff. He says he was the first person to talk about the Bible, but he obviously wasn't. It's like constantly lying and so on. Okay, and yeah, so I put these stuff here. Yeah, this one's pretty funny. I'll go here. He says he cried for half his journey back after seeing the toroidal plasmoids in the PC dust sample, and he cried in 2017 from seeing circular holes in WC Windows via Google search. Okay, Bob Greener Sullivan responded to my synthetic case. Okay, Beneficent DP's in here. Yeah, so anyways, I'm trashing Bob Greener because I'm telling you all. Yeah, so I think Beneficent DP. I think you may have posted something like saying you like Bob and so on, but like I interviewed him. I'm telling you all, he's like a diluted spook here, but I want to show that's right here.
Because I cried for half of my journey back from California. Because I cried for half of my journey back from California. From California, having seen this.
He's cried for. What do you mean you cried for? And it's Crypto Alchemist on who's 100% certain. Oh yeah, Crypto Alchemist. Yeah. And again, Crypto Alchemist. He's chilling with I think it was Ashton Forbes, Jamie Reese, and all that. This guy's also had Ashton Forbes and Jamie Reese, the biggest clowns. I'll show you who he has. Anyways.
at the to the from California, having seen this. It's one thing to go to the Imperial War Museum and look with a microscope at one of the South Tower windows and see the hemispherical scallops taken out of the steel. That's one thing. That made me cry, and that was in
What is
2017.
going on here? Why did he cry? The seeing a Google search in 2017 on a circular windows made him cry. And it changed your mind recently. I picked up Beneficent. Yeah, that's why this is my new litmus test. It's like, can you see through Bob's word salads? But again, yeah, Ashton Forbes, another con man. And Jamie Reese, like Jamie Reese is worse than a con man. He's actual and alleged wife beater. So I'll give you an example who he's dealing with. Reese, Bob. And it's not just like hanging out. Like they're doing like live streams. Like these three right here. He's chilling with Ashton Forbes and this guy Jamie Reese. Reese is he's currently in a domestic. So Reese, domestic. He's a domestic. Ashton, yeah, Ashton is huge, dude. Ashton's lying to his like 100,000 subscribers about me. So yeah, thermite guy. He's a thermite guy, but he's also in a misdemeanor domestic violence, literally being like in a custody battle with his wife, and I was literally verified it was actually him. So he's in Bristol County. He has, and there's also Edgar Fouché, the UFO guy. I'm pretty sure he told Andrew Johnson that so he was also like arrested for chasing his girlfriend with a machete in like the 2010s or something. So yeah, but anyways, oh yeah, there's a thermite. Okay, people, they're destroying my door, man. Reese, the guy who's chatting with the missing scientist. Maybe he's the alien scientist guy. So this guy's a wife beater, and he's also part of like a scamming way on. So if I go finding the truth book, okay, I got a bunch of messages here. If I go over here, anyways, I'll go into the electromagnetic force soon. But also, yeah. So who's the wife beater? Jamie Reese, the guy he's chilling with. The guy that is alleged. I say alleged just because I don't want to get sued. But yeah, it's pretty much this is Reese Bob. This guy here, this guy in the center is like literally alleged wife beater, domestic violence. Like currently a lawsuit or a court case with his baby mama's trying to get custody of the kids, and this guy is an absolute psycho. I also sent a letter, I believe no one. Yeah, they won't respond to you. He looks like an abuser too. And this guy's an absolute psycho. He also does like horrible memes of Dr. Judy Wood makes her eye like drag down. All that. It's like disgusting. The guy's an absolute disgusting creep. And this guy here is literally like you have to realize this guy is the biggest scammer in the history of the world. I can say that, right? And I was like with complete confidence because he's lying about me personally. Like I know he's lying. So there's Jimmy Reese, alien scientist guy. And he's chilling with it. And it's not just once or twice. It's like he also got to the videos after listening to the guy here. I guess anyways. And they also had a Christmas special here. They had this guy they had the I think Crypto Alchemist, no, this guy. Okay, so they had Bob Greener, Astro Forbes, Jim Reese, and they're talking about these absolute cartoon shows. That the guy who made these was on my show. I'm gonna go quickly here defining the book. Where's the book? I'm gonna close some stuff. Where did it go? Okay, I'm gonna close this thing. That'll be for other one. Yeah, Andrew Johnson's finding books. I put the links here and then finding. I should put these in the notes there. Yeah, that's him. He was talking about with Amy. Oh yeah. Interesting. So again, Amy Esther's just probably if Jamie Reese is involved, it's probably Sarah. But the thing is, he interviewed Edgar Fouché. So no, yeah, it could be So Jamie Reese, he's obviously a scammer. Yeah, but that's interesting. So he's the one interviewing her. That's interesting because the guy's a huge scammer. And if I go here, PDF download. So and he's involved with scams early on. Then lots of my smoking gun. Yeah, it is. It's just there's nothing around. You can't go around it. So if I go here, if I go to Reese, or just go alien scientist. So this guy here, he interviewed again. Interesting about the Amy Estridge. That's interesting because he interviewed Edgar Fouché. He's the one who brought him along, and then all of a sudden he's trying to like derail him or something. You got to read the book here. How to Destroy the Truth Movement, and so on. And but the thing is, I want to show is that he was a scammer. Yeah, this guy here, he was a photographer for this guy who had the fake balloon boy story. So apparently saying that his boy floated in a balloon, but it was actually fake, and that it was a helium-filled balloon. and then apparently he had to go to prison or something because he caused like the emergency everyone to go after this fake story, and that's him recording it. And then there's the news report of him. This is a news report. Road rage incident involving axe reported at X News. Apparently, this axe, the chasing with a machete or axe, was him, according to Andrew Johnson / Edgar Fouché. I wanted to get the exact thing, but anyways, this is pretty wild stuff. Just read the book. Just go read his name. So what I do is, anytime there's a spook, I always check. Like, are they in here? If I go to Greer, okay, Greer's in here. Okay, so Greer's in here. You got Alien Sinus is spook. You got these guys, Jeff Prager, and all these, Steve Diak, all these. Edgar Fouché told Andrew about Reese being a spook. I think he told him about Reese being chasing his girlfriend with a machete. Asked Andrew to clarify. He'll be on the stream. Andrew and Dr. Judy Wood will be on the live stream on 9/11 on my channel. He either accidentally muted his mic when he was talking to Amy, or he's an idiot, or has intentionally muted his mic during their interview which I found real interesting. Yeah, because the guy's a absolute clown show. And I want to post these stuff here. This is pretty wild. So just go to his book and search it. That's why my spooks database is very, 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 very important. So if I go here, spooks. So this is I need to make it bigger. I'm gonna have to have Bob Greener and all these clowns in here. So this is spooks here. I have a bunch of lists here. Eddie Bravo, Edgar Dubé, Flat Earth. Everybody's in here. Everyone's gonna be on here. And then now if I go, just to give you an example of, anyways, this guy, he's crying. He's literally crying. Like, why is he crying? Some other stuff he was saying. I put the Chris Bridger in there too. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff here. This was pretty interesting. And in the email, he actually lied. He's saying that he says he wrote an email saying I'm co-author of this peer-reviewed Nature article. And if you go there, the link doesn't go to a paper; it goes to an article, a news article. And inside the article, the paper reference does not mention him as an co-author or author or anything. So it's like pretty wild. Sending me a link to that, please. Which link? Oh, that one. Yeah, you're getting invite. Oh, you want to get an invite? Okay. You want in? I can include you in the email. Again, this is the real 9/11 Avengers. So any no spookiness will be tolerated. Okay, anyways, yeah, you can, and I concluded here as well. 29,000 that's Thermite was also invited, but he is in Iran and running for his life. Okay, so you can be. I'll include you as well. So so we have, I think, 5 people in so far. Anyways, this is a cartoon ones. Again, this guy here has no affiliation to Bob Greener, which is the most telling. Like, why is the guy chilling with Von Fleischman? I wanted to show some other stuff. Okay, this guy just messaged again 19 minutes ago. Okay, thank you very much, MS. I'll let people over on Steve's show know your reply. Whenever x cubed to the n squared has already given me a headache. All best luck. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yes, okay, yeah, it sounds good. Again, anyways, yeah, Ben. So you have to realize in my world view, everyone's a spook unless proven otherwise. So you're so far you're good. You're on good terms. You're a good guy. But also, especially with around Dr. Judy Wood, I have to make sure everyone's on their A game. Like I don't want anybody to do what, especially what that Norman guy, absolute disgrace, absolute disgrace. Like, Norman 9/11 revisionist, right? Like he absolute disgrace. If you go to the BG, actually here's Patricia one. This is the article I wrote about the Patricia stuff, the whole PSYOP trying to get Bob Greener involved. I want to be safe, brother. Yeah, I'll be fine. This is the this guy here. But first of all, I'm gonna go to Dust Baggy. Dust. So Bob Greener saying he was crying because you saw. I mean, it's right here. Andrew gave the word there at the bottom. So this is word salad. I do not support the war president. War president. Yeah. It's all just. Oh yeah. Tell him to be safe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but again, it's. Me and 29,000 tons. Well, I'm not sure how much 29,000 tons views it, but I'm pretty much, my view of the whole thing's scripted. It's all like scripted. But anyways, so this little dust baggie, this little piece of dust, made Bob Greener cry for half his trip to California, and then meanwhile, this guy here is literally Norman, aka 9/11 revisionist, literally like cursing Dr. Judy Wood in public. Like, absolute disgrace. An absolute, like, disgrace of epic proportions. I'm gonna just paste it in here as well. Anyways, that's this. And the other one I'll share later, maybe later. That was for, okay, anyways, estimating series there. What did Norman do? What's scripted? No, I'm saying the whole war, the overall narrative is scripted. Iran and U.S. are playing together to wreck your life. What Norman do? Well, he was sending AI emails on behalf of Patricia Casaza. That's 100%, well, 99.9%, I'm pretty sure. And then the whole idea was to get Bob Greener and his dust baggie as if it was important stuff. And it's basically steering it towards a bunch of nonsense. So he's bringing a bunch of spooks in, like Adam Eisenberg. He brought in Chuck Huber, some like likely pedo spook. Bob Greener's a huge spook. And anyways, so you can go over this pretty. The eldest Bob, yeah, but this guy's lying about who he's sending it to, and then it's basically, and then another AI guy. It's basically they want to turn 9/11 into like a conspiracy entertainment, where everyone and anyone is there. And then he's pretty much like writing AI articles and letters on her behalf to get people to whatever. But yeah, you watch this whole thing, and then the whole idea was to promote his spooks over Dr. Judy Wood and promote himself and so on. And like and also you saw the part where he's literally Bob Grier is talking about if Germany won World War II, we would have like UFOs. Like how utterly like. How stupid is this? Like, imagine telling a normie, like, if only Hitler won, we would have a flying like saucer. I'm like, are you stupid? Are you? It's like this is worse than Nazi. This is worse than like racism or Nazi. This is like literally brain dead, like absurd garbage. Like, are you saying if some like yeah? Anyways, it can be screwed, but not before killing previously. Yeah, people get killed. Like they may not be as high. They could be killed. They be hidden away. But I'm saying the thing is scripted. Like I'm literally making Iran articles like years before, videos, live streams on it. Like what is that fake? Like how am I just making these like so confidently? Iran article. So this is is this meaning? Oh, is he actually trying to muddy the water of actual science? But yeah, it's horrible info. The other one is this one here, because you're a science guy, Ben. He's literally lying about atomic clocks. Like that's the stupidest lie I've ever seen in my life. It is so, and he hasn't corrected himself. BG Bald, and this one here, he's lying about atomic clocks. Like I don't know what you want.
Like 9/11.
Okay, I'll watch this just for you, Ben, because you're on the here next week. So you're here on next, and then we're gonna go over some other questions, and I don't want to get yet. So the next hour is probably gonna be on electromotive force and so on. But I want to show this right here. I want you guys all to grasp that this is a straight up lie. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's a straight up lie. Okay. This is he's saying that atomic clocks were changing. Okay. Yeah, this is for how it gets. We would still have capitalism. Yeah. Suprema wasn't playing. No, there is no. He wasn't playing a script. It's part of this. Like, it's not going to be like, oh, we're just going to casually let him go. No, they need. Iran needs to hate America. How do you do that? The Supreme Leader gets killed. That's the play. It's not that he's doing anything wrong. Okay, this is all exactly as scripted. I gotta find that article. Where's my article? Iran. I'll just go like here. MES. MES peaked. Iran war. Yeah, there it is. It's all like I don't know what you all want. It's a script. This is 2022. This is once Russia-Ukraine war was going wild. I'm like Iran war is World War III. Like that's pretty much it. Like I made an article 2022 literally telling you this is gonna happen. I made a live stream telling you it's gonna happen. It's similar to the Trump fake assassination nonsense. It's like So anyways, killing the Ayatollah, supreme leader of a super religious country that believes he's a supreme leader. And he's like and it's not just a normal guy. Like, it's not just if you go right here, Supreme Islam, Iran. It's not just here. I want to see the Ayatollah. Let's see. Why is it not Ayatollah? Prophet. Iran. Yeah. So you have to realize something about Iran. It's so. In Iran, The state religion in Iran is the largest branch of Shia Islam called Twelver Shiism, which comprises about 170 to 255 million Twelvers worldwide. So that's a lot of people. That's a quarter of a billion. Twelvers believe there are 12 Imam successors to the Islamic prophet Muhammad, while the 12th and final Imam, Muhammad al-Mahdi, has been in a state of occultation. What are we talking? Why are we talking about occultism? Or hidden from the world since 1874. The final Imam is believed to return alongside Isa, the Islamic name for Jesus. I got why is this mistakes? All these. Okay, this is occultation. Like, why are we talking about occult stuff? Final man is believed to return alongside Isa, the Islamic name for Jesus, to bring about an Islamic world peace. The Ayatollah is seen as a representative of the 12th Imam, so his alleged assassination intensified the growing belief that we are living in the end times. Okay, yeah, when he said that, I was laughing my ass because I knew that it was straight up lie, because I'm not... And I'm like, there's no regulation preventing you from doing electrolysis with aluminum, you dumb. Kind of like how the crypto alchemist Bernie straight up lied about regulations in California. Oh, really? Okay, so yeah, you keep an eye on that. Yeah, I like how you're catching up on these spooks. So what I'm trying to say is they're literally killing the Ayatollah, who is essentially like the precursor of, like, the guy that's like the representation of the second coming of Jesus. And then what's interesting also, if we go back to that BG thing again, we're into some occult mumbo jumbos, and then also going back here. So what I'm trying to say is you need everybody to hate. Okay, wars don't just happen. Oh, let's just go and fight because it's for fun or whatever. It's countries have to hate each other. To do that, it needs to be believable. Okay, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, and everybody's just tripping. So I go here, and now if I go to Greener, this one here, Revelation. Paul Greener in a live stream with me, he literally said that he is a remote viewer and that his remote viewing says, I gotta fix that, says that we need to save the world before 2032 to 2034. I think they knew if they killed the leader, the country will end up in the hand of brainwashed extremists. They will all have access to.
Yes, so we are in Revelations.
Yeah, but no, but I'm saying they're not just doing that. These people have free energy, UFO, anti-gravity tech. We can't just ignore that all this tech exists. So listen to what he says right here.
Yes, so we are in Revelations at the moment. We are going through the tribulations, and my remote viewing saying
Wait, go back.
My remote viewing saying that unless we get our shit together, the cataclysm will come between 2012 and 2032 and 2034. But I believe because we have rediscovered this, what I call the God's toolbox. We didn't steal it. We didn't take it as fallen angels.
Anyways, I just couldn't take this seriously. Like, what is going on? How is he casually talk stuff like that? But anyways, go back to this part right here. Okay, Tom Clocks. I think if you again, you're doing a hypothetical, like you're trying to put yourself in their heads as if they're actually against each other. I'm saying that they're following AI script. Whoever's micromanaging the world. The leaders themselves, even if they believe whatever they're doing, someone's ensuring that they're going according to the script. And again, it's all before this 2030 agenda stuff. But I want to play it here quickly.
I didn't find the source for this.
Okay, so he didn't find
Global Consciousness Project.
So he didn't find the written source for this, but he's still going to go on everyone's shows and say this.
Found that atomic clocks all over the world changed their decay rate during 9/11.
I didn't find the source for this. On 9/11, when the buildings were being attacked in a number of places around the world, I didn't find the source for this.
I keep emphasizing that I didn't find the written source. So he doesn't have the written source. In other words, there's no source.
They claimed it was because the consciousness of the minds of the world were focusing on the event, and that changed the rate of decay of the atomic isotopes in the atomic clocks. No, I believe that the things that were eating the building, they were absorbing vast quantities of relic neutrinos from the environment, such that there was a different flux around the atomic clocks in question, and they changed the decay rate. I didn't find the source for this. Because of the neutrinos that get pulled in.
So how does he come to neutrinos and all this? I know the brainwash that now the missiles don't know the script. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, that's like micromanaging. Like the brainwash in which country? Every single country has brainwashed soldiers. The U.S. has brainwashed soldiers. Iran has brainwashed soldiers. This is the Iran one. Now you get the U.S. military. Let's see, I think they mentioned Jesus here. This is U.S. military. U.S. military says Iran is so Trump can bring about Armageddon. Troops have logged more than 110 complaints about such comments from military or religious freedom. This is the without any clear message coming from the White House. This is 2026. With regard to the purpose of the Iran, U.S. military commanders have turned to Jesus, apparently telling troops that the war is biblically sanctioned. U.S. joined Israel in striking Iran early Saturday morning. By Monday evening, the Military Religious Freedom Foundation, or MRFF, was inundated with complaints receiving from more than 110 grievances from U.S. military personnel stationed at dozens of sites across the Middle East, reported independent journalist Jonathan Lawrence. One such note included an anecdote from a non-commissioned officer who reported that their commander had urged us to tell our troops that this was all part of God's divine plan. And he specifically referenced numerous citations out of the Book of Revelation referring to Armageddon and the imminent return of Jesus Christ. Like, what in the world's going on here? So it's like, which doesn't matter which. Again, to get people to kill other people, you need to believe you're doing good stuff. So, again, what I'm trying to say is the brainwashing is a script. And now you have in Iran. I'll share this as well because we're on a power trip right now. It's like, while we're doing this war stuff, I'm trying to tell you that Bob Greener's a liar. So it's like, that's what I do. Okay, I just call people out. But it's a script. But again, what I also do is like, what can you predict from this script? I'm saying things will not just randomly get better. So now if we go here, now Trump, Iran, let's say millions. Yeah. So this one here, again, now you have millions of people attending the Ayatollah's funeral, alleged funeral. I don't know. We don't know exactly what happened. Again, there's a giant photo of them, and they're like literally chanting "Death to America." I mean, the script wrote for them. They're not knowingly following. I know, like, again, who? Some people know some part of the script, some don't. Okay, it's like, it's kind of like, you have to think about it this way. In 9/11, research, there are more spooks than there are actual, more public influencer spooks than there are actual, real, truthful influencers. Okay? That's how it is with everything. Now, with war, it's the same thing. You'll have a lot of spooks that have XYZ, the blackmailed and so on. Some, these people, all these people are they believe that this is all, like, they don't, almost everyone here doesn't know that it's a script. This guy probably almost certainly does know some part of it. Again, if he actually died. Again, it's all like all Freemasonic nonsense. So again, you have to say the script. You have to say who's not knowing, who's knowing, who's not knowing. I'm saying it's like a pyramid structure on the. If I go to Who Runs the World part, the one who throwing missiles right now from Iran. But again, who's telling him to throw missiles? Like, you got the guy pressing the button, the guy telling him, the commander above him, the commander above saying we have to go XYZ. Like, what do you mean? That's like, there's a chain of command that happens with everything. No one can fire a single missile if they want their, no one can fire a single missile without heavy repercussions if they don't follow the rules. Like, every single one. In the U.S., you cannot just go and, hey, I'm just going to go bomb some random person. No, you have to follow the chain of command, which follows their chain of command, which follows their chain of command. All right, so it's everything is and so that way people can go along with war, while they subconsciously throw away the blame from themselves. Be like, I didn't do it. Someone told me to tell somebody else to bomb someone. Okay, so anyways, I want to show this thing runs the world. I really like the GIF right here. So basically, what I'm trying to say is there's chains of command. Who runs the world? Girls. So we have everything follows the Freemasonic setup there. It's like they step up a ladder where these guys know more than these guys know more than this, know more than this. So the people fighting are at the bottom, and then you have the top ones telling this guy to tell this guy to this guy, and so on. And that's just the way the world works. Another thing, again, highly recommend watch the Silent Weapons trailer right here. Anyways, I'm gonna enough of this stuff. Again, I don't want to beat around the bush there constantly. It's the same thing. Agree. We can agree to disagree. You're in Iran, so you have that. I'm just some guy dropping bombs online digitally. But again, so the key is what I'm trying to say is, don't trust any government. The commander of so many followers called Fayez the one who has control of the fire powers. Interesting. But anyways, let's continue with this. But again, you have insight. You're in Iran there. I'm just saying, no government will ever, fundamentally change. Like they're all just announced. But this one's a bit bigger. I'm trying to say that Iran one, it's going to lead to the Russia one. It's going to get North Korea involved. North Korea is getting involved. It's all going to be like slowly building up to World War III, and Trump is obviously the center of all this nonsense. So again, now Russia is apparently using North Korean missiles on Ukraine. So it's like, why is North Korea there? Like, what's going on here? Anyways, I'm gonna close some stuff. I wanna get back into this right here.
It affected radio atomic clocks all over the world, and it explains the work between 1988 and 1999 of Xu Wenju's team in China, where cesium-137 and strontium, cesium-137 and rubidium-87 atomic clocks, even in the historical record, showed during three-body alignments, which gravitationally flux relic neutrinos, the time changes in those clocks. This is what happened all over the world. They think it's consciousness. The Global Consciousness Project said that time changes in the clocks because everyone was focused on it. No, it's because the actual thing doing the work is sucking the neutrino flux that normally is coming in from everywhere all at the same time towards the Earth based on the local gravitational aspects. I didn't find the source for this.
Yeah, but anyways, so you saw a giant word cell. Like, what in the world is he talking about? And he's not even attempting to explain any of the words, but they're also wrong. The Global Conscious Project doesn't use atomic clocks, and atomic clocks are not radioactive. They don't depend on decay rate. They use frequency and all this nonsense. All this other stuff. So
Princeton scientist Dr.
So these ones don't. They just use random number generators from electronic noise. There's no quantum. There's no atomic mumbo jumbos. Okay. So he's lying about them. There's no mention of atomic clocks when he explains it. He doesn't explain to them what atomic clock is. They're like, what is he blabbering about? Yeah, everything is just fake. It's like literally lying about lying. There's like, and no mention of atomic. Go to Global Conscious Project. There's no atomic clocks in anyone. You can go search both their websites, Wikipedia. There's no atomic clocks. You go here. This guy's explaining what it is. They're not radioactive.
Now, contrary to popular belief, atomic clocks are not radioactive.
So what's all that cesium-137 relic neutrinos sucking in a gravitational flux? What in the world was he talking about? So how does he... Yeah. And again, anyways, I explained... So this is what I mean by a real scientist. This guy's a real scientist. And the only thing affecting global consciousness is the clock. Yeah, okay, we got someone here, Simpson. So this guy, we have to realize, most scientists look like this guy. Okay? No. I thought it was a clock that works with radioactivity. No, there's no radioactivity. It's all just fake. He's just using the perception of radioactivity. Okay, they just what they do is they have a frequency set up here, where if you send these atoms in here, and this frequency that's this light being emitted, if this light changes, you're gonna have a slightly different workplace for it.
Then the quartz is keeping the exact time. And when the quartz is keeping the exact time, the frequency of the microwaves will be tuned to exactly 9.1926377 gigahertz, which in that case, the electrons in the atoms will gain energy and change to a high energy state.
Yeah, so basically what you have is you have a quartz crystal vibrating, connects to some electric circuit that fires a corresponding frequency of light. And then when this is the atomic part. This is the atom. That it hits this, it changes the energy state once it hits this exact frequency. And then from that you can detect how much change was.
And it just so happens that when the electrons change to a high energy state, it changes the magnetic properties of the atom. So if you have a magnet right here, the path of the streaming atoms will be altered, but low energy state atoms would just go right through.
Yeah, so basically if it's absorbed, it gets deflected by a magnet, get a higher energy state. So it's like magnetic there. And then if this ever changes, this will not go through it. So then you're gonna have to adjust this frequency.
Something happens. So right here, there's a detector making sure that this stream of atoms comes through at a steady rate. So to simplify, if everything is in order, then the quartz will be vibrating at the exact correct rate, which means that the microwave frequencies will shine at exactly the correct frequency, which means that those low energy state atoms will jump to high energy state atoms, which means that they will be altered through the path of the magnet and they will hit the detector. This is what happens when everything is in order. But what if everything isn't in order? What if the quartz is vibrating a little too fast or a little too slow? The temperature of the room has affected the quartz's vibration. Well, in that case, then the microwave frequency will be slightly off. The lower energy atoms will be completely disinterested in changing their state, so the magnet will not deflect their path and the atoms will not hit the detector.
Yeah. So if it's not hitting the detector, you have to adjust frequency until it does.
So what this means is that if the quartz is vibrating at exactly the correct speed, keeping exactly the correct time, atoms will hit the detector. But if the quartz is just a teensy bit too fast or too slow, atoms won't hit the detector. So the detector is the clock's way of knowing if the clock is keeping super accurate time or not. And if atoms aren't hitting the detector, in other words, the clock is just slightly off, then a tiny jolt of electricity has to be sent to the quartz to correct its vibration, which corrects the microwave frequency, which makes the low energy state atoms jump to high energy state, which makes them be altered by the magnet so that they hit the detector and tell the clock, hey, you're keeping the right time. This process of sending a little electrical jolt to the quartz happens constantly. So the atomic clock is constantly self-correcting, making sure it's as accurate as possible. And something fascinating about this is how incredibly sensitive changes to the microwave frequency are. If the microwave frequency so much as changes from this to this, that's enough to cause the atoms not to hit the detector. So a little jolt of electricity will have to be sent to the quartz to correct it. That is such a mind-bogglingly small number. But that's why atomic clocks are so accurate. They're so sensitive. This is how the world keeps time. It's kind of incredible. And at this point, you might be wondering, why do we even need such accurate clocks? Well, in addition to controlling our time standards around the world, atomic clocks are also used for synchronizing phone calls, timestamping banking transactions, various scientific purposes, validating your credit card, or use in the global positioning system, GPS.
All right, yeah. So, and another thing is,
Like 9/11, may form
if atomic clocks actually changed, the world would know. They're the most sensitively controlled things ever. To illustrate right here how sensitive it is. Listen to what he says here.
Only be off 100 million. They're pretty much just like any other electronic. For every 100 million years that pass, an atomic clock will only be off by about 1 second. Compare that to the clock in my watch, and it will be off about a second every 2 days.
Yeah, so the clocks are 100 million years, and it's off by 1 second. And this Bob Guinness guy's just dropping bombs saying it was a changing on 9/11, and nobody knows about it. He doesn't have a written record of it. Nobody. He's the only one that's talking about it. Now he's talking about relic neutrinos and gravitational flux. Like, how stupid is Bob? So imagine you showed Bob Greener, like just show this guy videos of Bob Greener and be like, that's not a scientist. That's not a scientist. Okay, so this guy here is a real scientist. And notice how you can actually understand what he's saying, and then he can back it up with stuff. Regarding DJW 9/11, well, I already said it before. It's turning 9/11 to and Martin Fleischmann into a giant mockery. It's an absolute mockery of like, he wants to be, again, he's the face of alt media, alt science. He's literally the face. We have this guy calling him a cold fusion engineer. We have Ashton Forbes calling him a cold fusion engineer, and then he said that he saw Andrew Reese's interview. That's how, when he first saw the MH370. Bob is a cold fusion engineer. This guy. And Ashton Forbes literally lied about me. Ashton lies. Okay, lied. MES. Lied. Yeah, this one right here. He's literally... Ashton went on to his like 100,000+ subscribers and literally said that the other fun part was a guy platforming him as Matthew Solutions, a 9/11 conspiracy nut job. And wait, this guy is calling me a conspiracy. What about Bob Greener, who went dark after Joe Lancaster was exposed? Went dark. I've been calling him a clown right now in public, live, and I was like, thanks for shout out and unblocking me. But then he blocked. I think he just has me muted or something. He just doesn't get any notifications. So it's like, we have him literally lying, straight up lying about me going dark. Everything is just to his like 100,000 subscribers. You cannot make this stuff up. You go here. He's straight up lying about me. Like, I'm right here calling him out. He's saying I went dark and I'm a conspiracy nut job. Think about that. This guy here, who's chilling with Bob Greener, 315,000 subscribers or followers on X. He's calling me, like, what is he lying about? I'm right here calling him out. I'm right here laughing at him. Okay. Okay, undo. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, what planet are we on? I don't know anymore. This is like the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Anyways, let's go back to Electromotive Force. And yeah, I'll do the Q&A. I'll do one Q&A in here. And sorry about it going off tangent. But again, a lot of stuff happens. And that's what these Wednesday ones are for. Is just to blow off some steam. This was pretty good. I need to update this one. This one's pretty good. Yeah, I'll just do this. Is pretty good. Also, Chris Bridger is again such a scammer, such a liar there. So he's kind of Stephen Jones' protege. Oh yeah, he also says a lot of good things about Stephen Jones, which is surprisingly weird. He like literally always brags about Stephen Jones. If you read between the lines, it's bizarre. It is bizarre. I'll just post that. I literally don't care. Okay. So that's that. I'm gonna close some stuff here. Okay, so we're closing some stuff. I'll be updating that as we go. But again, wars are scripted. That's what I real people die. Most people don't know that they're being in a script. I mean, this guy's cubed and so on, but that's the way life works. And basically, that's what I'm trying to say. The name of the game is free energy. So again, here's a real scientist. Like if you ever see what a real scientist is, this guy is a real scientist. Like I went to university in engineering and so on. Most people are nerds. And then the non-nerds just want to go and work for a big company. Like they don't care. They just want to get through it and get money. And then the nerds ones actually want to learn. Just quite interesting. I'm like in between. I literally just do what I do. And also because like the bigger things like free energy 9/11. It's like okay, it means put my brain power into good use. Okay, so I'm gonna open up this thing in here. Oh yeah, this person was asking me something here 2 hours ago. What? Oh, that's why I had it opened. Okay, let's see what this guy was asking. Okay, this guy was asking in the post. You should have 2 YouTube channels. You should have one just for math and one for everything else. Your math lessons are really good, but I think YouTube algorithm has a hard time pushing your content because of the mix of videos on your channel. Thanks for the advice. I have a second channel, MES Truth, where I upload more conspiracy-related topics. Yeah, I started doing that. Yeah, I think that's one of the best decisions I made. It just makes it much more easier. May have to make a third for MES Science, but for now I'll keep anything that's mainly science, math, physics on this channel. And then keep it the great content because the math lessons are really helping out. Okay, epic stuff. Yeah, the MES Truth ones actually helped. I think it's a great idea because now I can post stuff without needing to worry about alienating my math peeps. So like I can upload all these little short clips, and these short clips I don't just upload randomly. These will be part of the giant dustification, like energetic dust video I'm working on. It's like almost done, and I'll put that in the main channel just because it's energetic energy and dust and so on. And what I want to show is this part here. This one's underrated. Like look at this right here. I want to show this. Like look what's happening here. I don't believe both sides sat down and wrote it together, in an Iran case at least. Well, again, there is no sides. There's one world government. There's one world. However the world is run, however free energy is suppressed, that is how it's done. Like who's ever suppressing it, they don't just do they don't just be like, oh, I just hope Iran leader doesn't find out that by a quick YouTube search that 9/11 was done by target energy weapons. Okay, loud. What's loud? Audio's loud? This audio or me? Okay, yeah. Yeah, again, there is no sides. That's the thing. There are no sides. That's all. I need to just leave like that. So, but I want to play here quickly. I'll mute it here. Yeah, this is what I want to show is I'm gonna go fast speed. This guy chilling inside this 1300 degrees Fahrenheit boiling molten iron thermite and all that. He's literally walking as if nothing happened. Like he's just chilling. He's just like literally like looking around and it's going over his face. A YouTuber, yeah, I just muted. He's like literally looking around like, well, what are y'all doing? This guy is not getting boiled. He's walking in, and this is like days after, it's like at least a week after. It's like a week after 9/11, and it's still like, what is all this fumes going on? Okay, so this is not red hot molten nonsense. This guy's just literally just walking and breathing in all these fumes, and nothing's happened to him. And this part here as well. Remember when Melissa Doy was saying that there's smoke everywhere, but she wasn't coughing? Yeah, this guy's not coughing either. So whatever this is, it's not making him cough. Whatever, how fine this is, he's just chilling inside it. He's literally chilling. But that's bad, but still, you're still breathing in like this non-stop there. So you just gotta, I would not breathe it in regardless, but that's just ridiculous. And then the other part I want to show is, this part also here. Right, look at the news media. Like, what line are we on?
Hot steel beams from underneath the rubble.
That's what they say.
Workers are still removing red-hot steel beams from underneath the rubble.
Play it again.
Workers are still removing red-hot steel beams from underneath the rubble.
First of all, they're not red, they're not hot, and
Moving red-hot steel beams.
and how are they just put on top of here so casually? And then they're spraying water on it, it's like just fuming like that. 1 week, multiple things would have made a hole in the ground. Yeah, like, what is going on here? And this guy says, red hot must be colorblind. Like, what line are we on? Anyways, that's this part here. I already answered this guy's question. I'm going to delete this one. I'll do, I'm just going to go, actually, well, I'll do one more, just to see what's on this one here. Okay, right here. Concept check. What's this guy asking? I think I answered already. Now let's dive into the review. This guy here, if a metric is per second, yes, here, if a metric is per second squared, how does it have instantaneous meaning? Outside of its derivative, the metric force acceleration takes time to have meaning. I'm not sure what you mean. The per second meaning that if a metric is already moving with a velocity, then accelerating it means velocity increases every second. But vector field cannot be a force of acceleration nor velocity because it is an instantaneous snapshot. Okay, I have no idea what this guy's actually saying, so we're gonna use grok. Yeah, on wooden pallets. Yeah, it's put on wooden pallets. It's like, and that's like weeks, yeah, days later at least. Or weeks later, or even months later. This guy here. Okay. I'll put these thing. This is what I use grok for, just to like get some info. Like what's going on here? Me. User. User. Okay, and then. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about. I'll discuss. This guy's saying. Oh, let's quickly here. So it says if a metric per second, i.e. per second squared, how does it have instantaneous meaning outside its derivative? The metric force acceleration takes time to have meaning. Not always. If you're always if it's something suddenly in there. Actually, yeah, it could be. I'm not sure what you mean. The per second means that if a metric is already moving with a velocity, then accelerating it means the velocity increases per second, every second by acceleration. A vector field cannot be a force of acceleration, only velocity, because it is instantaneous. Okay, I'm gonna say it right here. What in the world is this user talking about to me? What should I respond? Okay, so now I have some resources now. And now there's weekly limits, which is absolutely brutal. I couldn't use grok for like 3 days. This says grok right here. So they just suddenly added these limits. I had like 99 usage. I was trying to make some like animations, some Photoshop videos for my nieces and nephews, and it's like, oh, sorry, you use all your limits. I'm like, what? It's ridiculous. I use AI for making memes, and then I couldn't use that. Now it's like 99, and now it's reset it yesterday. So okay, so we'll see how much it is. It's confused about two related topics in classical mechanics: vector calculus. Okay, I can't even scroll. Okay, why can't I scroll? There it is. Let's say the person you're talking to is confused about two related topics, ideas in classical mechanics, vector calculus. What per second squared actually means? Acceleration force of units involving time twice because they are rates of change of rates of change. Velocity is already a rate how position changes with time in meters per second. Acceleration is a rate at which that rate itself is changing. The second per second does not mean it takes 2 seconds to mean anything. It is an instantaneous rate. At any single frozen moment, you can still talk about how fast the velocity is changing rate. Then this is exactly what a derivative is. The limiting a value of it goes 0. The quantity has perfectly well-defined value at an instant, even though its definition involves a limiting process over time. When a vector field is allowed to represent a vector field, is simply a rule that assigns a vector to every point in space at a given time or static situation. Nothing in the definition restricts the physical meaning of the vectors. Velocity fields exist, fluid flow, acceleration fields exist, gravitational field is G, force fields exist, gravitational force field. A vector that is in that the field is in an instantaneous snapshot does not forbid it from being an acceleration or force field. The snapshot simply tells you the acceleration or force. Suggestive reply. You can say something like this, plain language. Acceleration and force do have instantaneous meaning. The units meters per second squared just mean the velocity changing at a rate. So every rate. Okay, vector field's a lot to represent. Okay, more. Okay, so I'm gonna send this here. Okay, no, since right here. Oh, this guy closes. Wait, what? Vector field. No, a vector field can be a force acceleration. It doesn't have to be velocity. For example, the gravitational field is a force field. No, it's an acceleration field. Because it's like okay, acceleration, yeah. Yeah, I'll just send this one right here. Here is Grok AI's response. Yeah, so the way I do this is like, I just find one error here. Okay, vector field cannot be a force or acceleration. No, you know it can. It's the gravity. So again, I use Grok to basically understand what in the world he's talking about. And it gave me a good example, which is irrefutable. Acceleration field exists, gravitational. And I say it does, and now here's the full response. So this is proper use of AI. Like that what I just did was to get my brain working. And now it's like, okay, there it is. That's all we need. we're done skis. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. Anyways, what else do we have in the show here? Okay, so I'm gonna go over to okay, that's pretty good. We solved that. There's other ones I'm gonna answer later. This is a great lecture. Okay, epic stuff. Thank you. Move to trash. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna go over to the force mumbo jumbo's electromagnetic setup here. So EMF, and the reason I'm covering EMF is because when I was doing Maxwell's equations, so I'm gonna open up this thing. Okay. Yeah, this part right here. Okay, so yeah, we have 36 minutes left on this stream, electromagnetic force. The reason I'm coming over this one, because the previous two live streams, I'll just go MES Math Q&A. Q8 streams. If I go to the streams ones, I covered, so I was doing Maxwell's equations. Then I went, well, first electromagnetic potentials. Okay, oh, this one's comment here. Someone's commenting. What's a comment here? Do it yourself, Grok. Let the leave that poor Grok alone. All right. Yeah. Well, how do I view in group? Okay. Just like, why doesn't it just open up in here? Like, I don't understand. What planet are we on? Leave that Grok alone. Okay, let's go back here. Yeah. Where's the robot? Robot. And another thing is like everything needs to be paid. I can't even get a robot emoji anymore. Like, what planet are we on? All right. I can't. There it is. There it is. I can't. I'll just put a peace sign. Okay, there it is. We're done. It used to be a robot sign. Now it's like you have to pay like $20 a month for it or something. Okay. Okay. So now it's pretty. Why is this? Everything is. Okay, there it is. Okay. So yeah, before I went over Faraday's law, Faraday's flux rule. Yeah, this one, Faraday's flux rule involved electromagnetic force. That's why. And then I went over. Yeah. So I went over electromagnetic potentials. Well, first Aharonov-Bohm effect, electromagnetic potentials, Maxwell's equations. Then I went over Gauss's law for electricity, magnetism. And then I went over Faraday's law. Then I realized Faraday has like two closely related laws. Faraday's flux rule is different from the Faraday's induction rule, and that's the one that involves a electromotive force. So if I go to Faraday's law, so if I go to Faraday's law of induction, so this was literature. So Faraday is used to refer to two closely related but technically distinct statements, either of which can be used to explain the phenomenon of induced current described of. One is the Maxwell-Faraday equation, one of Maxwell's equations, which states that a time-varying magnetic field is always accompanied by a circulating electric field. So basically, if you change magnetic field, you're going to have a circular electric field. This law applies to the fields themselves and does not require presence of a physical circuit. The other day is Faraday's flux rule. So again, this is just fields. Now you have the flux rule, or the Faraday lens law, which relates the electromotive force EMF. So now it's like, okay, now we're dealing with this thing. Around a closed conducting loop to the time rate change of magnetic flux through the loop. This rule can be derived from the first in specific context of a closed circuit. The flux rule accounts for two mechanisms by which an EMF can be generated. In transformer EMF, a time-varying magnetic field induces an electric field as described by Maxwell's Faraday equation, and the electric field drives a current around the loop. In motional EMF, the circuit moves through a magnetic field, stationary, I assume. The EMF arises from the magnetic component of the Lorentz force acting on the charges in the conductor. So we got EMF produced from moving electric field. I mean, yeah, basically, moving magnetic field. Time-varying magnetic field can produce a electromotive force in a closed circuit through using Maxwell's induction law. And then in motional EMF is when the circuit's moving through a magnetic field. And then the EMF is arising from Lorentz law force. This will be another one. This will be a MES live stream, Math Q&A 70, one world of Lorentz force. So another thing I want to go over is if I go to Q&A, so I go here, Q&A. So what I do is after I do the video, I include this setup where I put my own explanation. So Faraday's law of induction states that a time-varying magnetic field is always accompanied by a circulating electric field described via the curl, the cross-product operator built from the partial derivatives of electric field. Again, I put that because I understand that more. Flux rule. Where's the flux rule? Yeah, this one. Faraday's flux rule states that the changing magnetic flux through a closed circuit induces an electromotive force, even if the opposite change. The main difference from the more general Faraday's law of induction is that the flux rule applies specifically to closed circuits, while the broader law describes how a changing magnetic field produces a circulating electric field even without a physical circuit. So the first one is the flux rule is circuits, like literally like a wire connected to a battery and and the other one is the actual just anywhere without a circuit, just in field itself. So now we're gonna go over electromotive force. So I'm gonna put these two setups here. Faraday's law of induction. It's in here, and then this right here. And I'm gonna archive electromotive force. I don't think I did. I may have. Let's go archive it. Okay, and then we're gonna watch some videos on this and so on. Archive MES. Okay, this is gonna be archived. And I'm gonna start standing for the last 30 minutes. Okay, so that's archived on my Hive account. Okay, yeah, there it is. So, archive that on the Hive blockchain, and it'll be easy for that access. So, in electromagnetism, electronics, electromotive force, or electromotance, denoted E epsilon, is an energy transfer to an electrical circuit per unit of electric charge. So, an energy transfer to an electrical circuit. So, what in the world is energy being transferred? Per unit of electric charge measured in volts. Devices called electrical transducers provide an EMF by converting other forms of energy into electrical energy. So again, this is the part that's interesting. It's energy transfer to an electrical circuit per unit of charge. So per charge, how much is being delivered to it, and that's measured in volts. And volts is, yeah. So this is the thing. The volts, the units literally tell what it is. Volts named after Alessandro Volta as a unit of measurement of electric potential difference voltage. Oh, Ashton lied about you? Oh, no way. Okay, give me receipts. Give me receipts, please. Okay, yeah. Anyways, okay, what is 1 volt divided electrical potential between 2 points of a conductive wire when an electric current of 1 ampere dissipates 1 watt of power between two. It's like all these terms. You can't help being correct or criticized in any rate other than narcissist. Yeah, and also he's pushing the cartoons. The cartoons are again, the cartoons. If teleportation is real, the cartoons are a cover up for it because it's the worst thing anyone could ever do ever. It's so utterly bad. But I want to show you something about the we'll take a break from this electromotive force and go into Ashton laughing because one of my favorite pastimes laughing at Ashton Forbes. It's something about him. It's absolutely hilarious. The guy is so really funny. But I do have to give credit where credit's due. I was trying to use Grok to find me a source that wasn't Ashton because he shared the best available screenshot of a letter to Ken Shoulder from Richard Feynman that he was apologizing to him about his charge clusters. So I was asking Grok, can you find this is pretty good. Let's go to where's the Feynman. This one right here. I asked So Ashton Forbes posted this thing here. He posted this, and then he got this letter, and I'm like, is there any other source besides Ashton? Yes, it's a real letter from Feynman. The shoulders, yes, it's real, etc. And then I said, and I was saying, can you find it? Give me a link to a letter that is not from Ashton Forbes. Like, please, just give me a letter. And then he couldn't find a better one. They found one that was, I didn't like it as much. This is the one that they found, a scanned one on this, but I didn't like the white stuff. So this one here is like a bit blurry. So this one is not as good as the one Ashton had, January 31st, 1986. So I didn't like that one. So I have to stick with the Ashton one. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna share this. So this was pretty funny. This was absolutely hilarious. Ashton. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, let me know what the specific thing he lied to you about, and if you have receipts, because it's pretty funny. If I go here now, Ashton. How many times have I searched Ashton? Okay, that's not showing there. Maybe in the desktop Telegram. They'll list how many times I put Ashton. Yeah, no, yeah, obviously Ashton's a con man. I have again, look at the dates on these. Ashton, from 2023, these are claimed, this is the first one saying claim it, and okay, this guy's debunking Ashton, and then Peeps calling out, and this is 2023. This guy says Bob Greener and friends would benefit from your judgment of Forbes. He was just invited on FM PST or disturbing. Yeah, that's absolutely disturbing. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So anything that happens, that's the one thing I cannot I cannot do that. Yeah, and Ashton deleted his tweet apologizing for the image sending, but for being he's such a scammer. Anyways, people want to debate between me and Ashton, but what's their debate about? The guy's an absolute clown show. Okay, to show you how bad it is, Germ Warfare, which is also another clown show, they deleted their podcast with Ashton Forbes because he apologized. He admitted they were a hoax, and then he deleted this one here. He even says, "I can no longer claim the videos are authentic due to this evidence of the cloud matching up and so on." And then since no hoaxers came out, blah blah blah. He'll still look for the truth, and he deleted the tweet there. Ashton admits there's the archive, and he deleted it. Oh my goodness. Okay, he deleted it, and now if you go here, it's gone. It's like how do you? So this is the one. I can no longer claim the videos are authentic due to evidence. Well, they're obviously fake as fake, and yeah. Anyways, yeah, he's another comment. Yeah, definitely. But he's not just a normal con man. That's like, he's there everywhere. He like, how do you get on these shows? This is Ashton. I want to see the I had the live stream. Ashton live stream. I made a this one's pretty funny. Debugging Ashton for. I made a full play. Okay, I can't even open it. That's how bad it is. Okay, I'm gonna go notes here. This might open up better. So if I go here. This thumbnail is one of the best ones ever. This right here. He's on all these shows. Like, he's on Candace Owens. He's on this redacted guy. This other people. Jimmy Dore. This guy, Benny Johnson. It's like, what is this? How do you get and Bob Greener? He's chilling with him. Not just chilling. Ashton Tall. He's literally presenting physically with him. And look how tall he is. He's so much taller than him. Holy. They have a full present, and they just do word salves down top. No, here's full video. Here's, I want to go back to Electromotive Force for 24 minutes. 3 hours at a cosmic event 8 months ago. 2025. This guy. Chilling.
Manipulate gravity, mass, and
which you talk to mainstream academics, they'll say negative energy is this exotic substance that we can't produce it, we have no idea how to make it, we don't know if it's even real. Meanwhile, Eric Davis is like, here's like 5 different methods for producing negative energy in the lab. Oh.
Matt Visser, where he described the Alcubierre drive. And in the theory,
and he show, and they have they have a Tim Ventura overlay on this video. Why are they doing that?
Theoretical sense, he was able to square that.
So Tim Ventura is again, he's another yeah, it's sad to say.
A very good feather in our hats that we're taking.
Anyways,
that was in
and now you have
CIA archive from 2017, and it said Tom Bearden. And so it over-energizes the weak metallic bonds. And a metal...
How do sax... Oh, how do? Okay, epic stuff. Yeah, we're doing... well, we're just laughing at Ashton and Bob. Anyways, So again, how do you chill 3 hours with the biggest scammer in real life? When he's pretty tall though. So this guy's the funniest. But Ashton is actually, oh my goodness, the amount of nonsense he does. Okay, anyways, let's go back to electromotive force. We have 23 minutes now. Okay, so I'm gonna say so electromotive force. I'm gonna ask this right here. I'm gonna get Grok to explain what in the world this means. Okay. An electronic hydraulic analogy may view as the mechanical work done to water by a pump, which results in a pressure difference analogous approach. So I'm gonna just what in the world? What is EMF? Go close this. What is EMF? Potential difference versus electromagnetic force. Okay, so what is EMF? And well, this is one of those pretty good videos, the animations.
EMF, or electromotive force, refers to the voltage created by a battery or by a changing magnetic field. Counter EMF, also called back EMF, is a related phenomenon.
I'm gonna go back here. Let's see what he says.
Electromotive force refers to the voltage created by a battery.
So voltage created by a battery. So essentially, Faraday's flux rule means that a moving magnetic field or a moving circuit, or a moving, basically the moving circuit in a magnetic field can create electromagnetic force. So it's essentially acts like a battery. So motion acts like a battery.
Or by a...
So motion acts like a battery. And also another thing I thought of when I was a few days ago, and I was just thinking, I was watching a Thomas Bearden video clip, I think, and then I just thought to myself, say Earth moving through space animation. So it's like, here's one thing that's pretty interesting. So here's the solar system moving. It's not, let's assume it's rotating, and then it's also moving through space. Let's just assume everything's accurate. So then, if there's constant motion, so you have Earth rotating around the sun, moving around like super fast speed and spinning. So then, wouldn't you think, if there's just some way to connect to this motion, if you just connect to the motion, you have infinite energy. What if you just connect like whatever, however you're moving? So basically, this is where the if you can connect to some sort of stationary source relative to the motion, you have infinite motion. So that's something I was thinking about. Many thanks. I'll watch this later. Yeah, epics up, Christoph. And also, yeah, and stated for the 9/11 live stream. 9/11 live stream at 12 p.m. PDT Friday. It's a Friday. DJ Dub plus AJ on the show. Real 9/11 Avengers. We'll be trashing a lot of people, so just stay tuned for that. I'll probably make the link. I'll make the link, and then also I think Benefits and TV might join too. Plus Ben. Go 20,000 tons. Oh, it says hi to Christoph. Yeah, epic stuff. Anyways, this is a pretty good thing here. So what if we connect the I was just thinking, what if you just somehow connect like your battery to the ground, to the motion of relative motion to if there's a absolute zero motion. You have infinite motion then. So basically, what I'm trying to say is there's infinite motion. Assuming this model of the universe is right. Assuming we're not living in a dome or something, or whatever the flat Earth pancakers do. Yeah. Let's realize that. So what do 9/11 Osama believers and flat earthers have in common? They both believe in pancakes. That sounds grand. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty epic. But also, we're calling out clowns. So what's interesting is the doctor gives me like receipts privately about a bunch of spooks. So it's like, yeah, which is pretty good. And then I have the ability to just like put them on full blast.
EMF, or electromotive force, refers to the voltage created by a battery or by a changing magnetic field.
Actually, okay, well, one second. Before we go further, we have 19 minutes, but so 29,000 tons. Okay, just because you said that, we're gonna go through the letter right here. Where's the three letters? I should have found them. Okay, where's the let's see, none of this. Alright, this is the funniest things I ever seen. Was it this one? Let's see if it's thermite. Yeah, 29,000 ton. No, okay. The first letter. Okay, the first letter. We're going. Okay, you tell me who wrote this. Where's the first letter? letter. This is March 26th, was it? March? A letter to Truth Seeker. January 19th. This might be the first one. Okay, thermite. We're 29,000 tons. Okay, I put it in the grok thingy here. Okay, so where's the thingy here? Okay, this is the one. Okay, I threw grok in here asking it. Okay, where is it? 29,000 tons. Okay, this one here. This is the article. Yeah. So apparently, Patricia wrote the open letter January 4th, seeking the whole truth of December 11th. And then I threw into AI, and it says, yeah, Grok says, yes, it's AI. So, and then if we go right here, okay, she says, photographic forensic, right here, forensic evidence further points to anomalies consistent with conventional explosive thermite. For instance, no wiring or undetonated charges were reported by FDNY Battalion Chief Oreo Palmer. Again, this is Norman Post AI. Again, I covered all this stuff. Who was sent it to the impact zone in the south. This is part of my video I made. Yeah, described only isolated manageable fires shortly before the collapse. Estimates suggest that achieving the observable effects via thermite would require 29,000 tons per tower. Nobody, no one's making these estimates. This was I mean, and then they reference this one here. There's no mention of 29,000 tons. This is Judy Wood's article. Yeah, so it's like you're in the this was like a was like a disparaging comment. It wasn't like a full estimate. Somebody it was in an email. One of the thermite versus anti-thermite people were going at it. Like again, I think they're all spooks. But there were one guy saying it's 29,000 tons and so on. And first of all, estimates suggest that achieving is observed, but it's not in this. This is not even in. This link is wrong. This link does not mention 29,000 tons of thermite. All right. So this is literally this is Norman. This is Norman plus AI. First of all, Norman can't write if his life depends on it. Yeah. So it's like it's obviously it's AI. I'm gonna go put this right here. 29,000 tons. 29 was Fetzer. Yeah, maybe. I think it was somebody else. Fetzer was referring to somebody else. I did have a look at it. I was gonna share it, but then it was just literally two spooks going at it. That's why I didn't publish it like on my thingy. It was literally two spooks going at it. This right here, and this. No, I know it was one engineer in the one of the spook engineers going back and forth against each other. It was that's why I did not post it. If I go, I will do a search there, and that's why it's that's why you have to realize one thing about the spooks. They go after each other in absurd ways. If I go right here now, so now here I put this. Is this AI generated? Those speed seeking blah blah blah. I put all in there, and it says yes. This text shows strong strands being AI generated, heavily AI assisted. Clear out formulaic opening those seeking to uncover a whole truth, and then 29,000 tons. It even pointed out that 29,000 tons. The supporting context. The 68 boxes of ground zero health data claim is real. The New York Post reported on November 24, 2025. Thermite tonnage figure 29,000 tons. The Oreo Palmer reference are centered talking points. Well, this one's actually pretty accurate. It's 29,000 tons. Let's calculate ourselves. I actually asked it before. It was still a lot of tons, but it wasn't at the 29,000 tons. Tons. I think I may have posted it right here. Yeah. I think it was somewhere. And I didn't share again. I have to double check everything to make sure it's right. But I will do an estimate. Yeah. But again, it's like what estimate do you want to do for buildings to collapse or for buildings to turn to dust? Like to show you another thing is this is a welding here. This is the welding one. Welding thermite rail. Short. If you go here quickly. Yeah. This thing what they do is thermite weld animation. What they actually do is they cut it first. So if we go to shorts. Yeah. So if we go here. No, let's cut it. No, first they have to cut it, though. They have to cut first. Okay, cut. Yeah. In the precision welder, what they do is, so you have to realize this info guy is saying that they use thermite to cut the steel beams, but they actually use thermite to weld, not to cut stuff. So we'll just go here and see what these guys do. So they go to a rail and then they cut it physically. How much was it? I'll change my tag. Okay, we'll do that. Actually, we'll do the quick test. I'll ask Rock and then we'll go. Wait, why did they just do the cutting? Like, just show the cutting. Okay, first they're cut first. Yeah, so first they cut it. I'm gonna just go to my email quickly. Somebody. I'll email. I'll make it private and then I'll look into it. Okay. Thermite. Okay. Yeah. This might be this other one. Well, I just can't do it. And then we'll go back into the other thing. We have a few minutes. I want to get all the page. I did receive this email. Just show it. Why isn't it just... There's not even the one.
All right, this is a thermite grenade from IW.
Why does it get the wrong one each time? Okay, cut. Rail. Oh, this guy. Okay, this is the one. This is the one. Yeah, I like this one. This one's really good.
You'd probably never guess that damaged railroad tracks aren't usually repaired with regular arc welding. Instead, crews use a process called thermite welding. First, they cut out the damaged section of rail.
Wait, hear what they just did? Hear what just happened. First, they cut it with a giant saw. Why did they use paint on thermite? Like, why did they just use spray paint or something? First, they have a giant saw to cut it.
They cut out the damaged section of rail. Then, special alignment tools bring both rail ends to the exact same height and position, with the correct gap between them. Next, they install a heat-resistant sand mold around the joint and secure it with heavy-duty clamps. Every edge is sealed with refractory paste so molten steel can't escape. The crew then heats the mold and rail with a gas torch to reduce temperature differences and prevent cracking. Once everything is ready, they place a crucible filled with thermite above the mold. When ignited, the reaction produces extreme heat, melting iron into molten steel that flows into the gap and fills the joint. The lighter slag rises and drains away. After cooling, the mold is removed, excess metal is cut off, and the rail is ground smooth. Finally, two separate rails become one continuous track, ready to handle thousands of passing trains.
Okay, this is pretty good.
You probably never guessed that.
Why is... Oh, there's the audio. There's the audio.
Repaired with
I was looking for the audio all over the place. Okay, so now... Yeah, so... You just saw the cutting with the giant cutting thingy. Why did they cut with the spray? Okay, we'll do a quick search and then 20,000 tons. You may have to change your name if it's accurate. Then I'll keep going on the thingy here. This is thermite vs cutting with a saw. Why don't they just use a freaking Beyblade? Yeah, why are they using a Beyblade instead of a freaking actual? Okay, this is that part. I do want to learn what electromotive force is. We have 9 minutes. I do want to power through quickly. I want to do quick. Again, I don't want to waste my AI usage. See my AI usage right now. Settings. How much usage do I have? Usage. Resets available. Redeem expires. Okay, reset 0%. Okay, I have resets on August 8th. Okay, this weekly one. Okay, that's fine. Reset available. What does this mean? A reset clears your weekly usage. Resets don't stack and expire. Interesting. I have no idea what that means. Let's go new chat. Okay, how much? Okay, how many tons of thermite is required to cut every single? Yeah, 29 tons. Every single column, steel column. At every floor of the Twin Towers each. Then give me the total. Cut every single steel column at every floor of the Twin Towers. And I mean to cut, like, not just weaken. Okay, so we'll do a grok here. So whatever the answer is, you gotta go with that. To cut every single steel column at every floor of the Twin Towers. That's what I want. Yeah, okay, so that'll be doing that. While it's doing that, again, I cannot believe when I saw the 29,000 tons in the letter, I'm like, why is no one writing for her? Another part is this is pretty good right here. Yeah. Okay, anyways, I'll add it to my letter. I want to add it. I'll unadd it before I make a mistake. Patricia. Yeah. Yeah. So this one is interesting. She as in Grok plus Norman lists 3 people: Dr. Judy Wood, Morgan Reynolds, Bob Greener. And then I'm gonna include this. Did I include Adam? Okay, yeah. There's I should include that. I have so much notes still not included. This video is actually remarkable. Oh, this is gonna be. I have to switch to the other user. I was on MES Truth. So this is on MES Truth there. And then if I go here, so what's that's pretty interesting. It's notice the duality. Like he has Grok AI writing articles for Patricia, whereas me, I just like literally help Dr. Judy Wood like put her actual words onto the Hive blockchain. Like literally, it's her writing. I just help with the formatting and moving into Markdown and all that stuff. I go Adam. Okay. This is goal. Yeah, goal of throwing 9/11 reality into a plasmoid ditch. This is another thing alongside word cell extraordinaire Bob Greener. Then shortly after I call out Adam Eisenberg, Norman sends another mass email promoting 3 people again, just like the Patricia AI letter, email, and these people are PC, and then we have Adam Eisenberg and Bob Greener. Interesting that Greener is 3rd place again. Okay, so this is the email. I'll show you this one here. Let's open up the email. I did so think about the letter that I got right here. So letter, 3 people, DJW, Morgan, Greener. Okay, and then let's go to Adam, Patricia, Greener. Okay, and then from Norman. Yeah, this is might be this one here. Yeah, it's in there. Okay, this right here. So and then he says, who else not including any of the gaslighting? Patricia, Adam, Greener. So Greener started as well. So like, who's doing 3s? It's like, Norman, we all know it's you. It's like, we all know it's you. There's 3s. Okay, it's like we all know it's you. Like, what's going on? All right. Proper mainstream line documentary about John Hunt. That would be nice. Yeah, definitely. You make it. I promote it. Okay, I'm gonna save this before it disappears. And again, you can also post it on the guys. Yeah, apparently they North Korea sending soldiers to Russia as well. Okay, so okay, anyways, go back to this. We have 4 minutes. We need to find out what in the world Electromotive for. Well, I think that's pretty much it. It's pretty much the battery. So you can create a battery type setup just by moving circuits or moving electric field. That's wild. Actually, motion equals battery. Motion equals battery. Motion equals battery. Keep that in mind. Okay, so I want to go right here. Yeah, so hundreds to several thousand tons total, for, depending on assumptions, realistically in orders of thousands of tons. Okay, yeah. The goal is actually severing full cuts through the weld rather than just local weakening. This is a physics chemistry estimate based on known structural. Okay, let's see what it says right here. This goes roughly 1,000 plus tons. Range of 1,000 to several thousand tons of thermite or thermite to achieve full cuts at every corner. NIST style thousands of pounds per major language aligns with the higher end. NIST was saying that thousands of pounds per. Okay, there are orders of magnitude. Engineering estimates not precise and no short to cut fully. Require enormous quantity, hundreds to thousands of tons, far beyond anything. Okay. Give me a number. A single final number estimate based on your above analysis. My friend will. Oh yeah. Okay. Need a single number estimate based on your above analysis. And you have to realize it's a lot of tons. Like, think about how much 1,000 tons is. Like, okay, block. That prompt is completely flawed, I'm afraid. What nothing to be afraid of? Nothing to be afraid about. Okay, how much each tower? Oh, each towers? Oh, you want one or all three? For both towers, 25,000 tons, 2,500 tons. Oh, each tower, so 25 tons of thermite. 2,500 tons. But 20,000 tons is pretty good still. I'll have to double check, but again, you could keep the name. You can keep the name. It's not a big deal. It's just that I need to find the exact reference. If you can find a reference, where it was. If it was one of the spooks admitting it, then that's good enough. But if it's not, so nothing the ad says that prompt is completely flawed. I'm afraid. No, nothing to be afraid of. You know, we're in a safe space right here. Okay, so I'll play this right here.
Counter EMF, also EMF or electromotive force, refers to the voltage created by a battery or by a changing magnetic field. Counter EMF.
All right. All right, so 29 million tons it is. Okay, let's go.
EMF, also called back EMF, is a related phenomenon that we will illustrate in this animation. Here is a simple circuit featuring a battery, a knife switch, and a light bulb. This circuit also contains a wire coil that serves as an inductor. Inductors store energy in the form of magnetic fields that are generated around them when...
What are you trying to do with the prompt doesn't distinguish between vertical and horizontal beams. Yeah, then you have to cut everything, like the first version. I only went vertical, yeah, I just want to cut the vertical ones. You just add more. This isn't meant for an accurate thing. This is meant for a name change on because thermite is a laughingstock.
When a current passes through them, they are called inductors because they induce a voltage in their coils when that magnetic field changes. We will see this in a minute. The elements in this animation are not represented to scale, and the action we will show in super slow motion actually takes place in the blink of an eye. But this animation is helpful for illustrating how back EMF works. When we power this circuit, the electrons in the current create a magnetic field around the wire as they move through it, as shown by these blue arrows. If the wire is formed into a coil, like this inductor, the magnetic field lines converge in the center. They gradually build up to a maximum magnetic field that is much stronger than the one around the straight length of the wire. Let's watch this again, but this time we'll pay closer attention to what's happening in the wire conductor. In this parallel circuit, the current can travel either through the inductor or through the light bulb. When the current reaches this junction, it splits and flows to both the inductor and to the light bulb. At first, the current flows much more strongly towards the light bulb. This happens because as the magnetic field in the inductor grows, it induces its own voltage through Faraday's law. This is called electromagnetic induction. So the inductor here is creating a back EMF represented by this yellow arrow. Back EMF always opposes the change that created it. So in this instance, the back EMF is opposing the change created by turning on the circuit. It opposes the current. The result, as you can...
This part here, this explanation, I also thought, well, because you're making this move laterally, like as opposed to going in a straight line. Actually, no, never mind. This is an interesting. So loops make a magnetic resistance that's pushing against here.
Can see is that the back EMF effectively diverts the current away from the inductor and toward the light bulb. This causes the bulb to light up, but only briefly. Once the magnetic field around the inductor reaches its maximum field, the back EMF fades, and the current now favors the path through the inductor because the bulb creates some resistance to the current.
Oh, this has resistance. This has more resistance. This is just a loop.
The same phenomenon occurs when the magnetic field is shrinking, which happens when we open the switch and stop current flow from the battery. Once again, the back EMF opposes the change that created it. In this case, the change is the cessation of current. So, opposing this change, the back EMF wants to maintain the current, which flows once again to the bulb.
Okay, so now it's changing in reverse, so that's back EMF. That's actually pretty interesting there. That's interesting. It's proper science video, yeah. And again, like, just compare these kind of things where we're trying to learn stuff with word salad extraordinaire Bob guy. It's just, oh my goodness. Okay, it's like, what are we're trying to get, and even then, even this one's it's still a bit too drawing things. What is back EMF and flux explained? Okay, electromotive force. So we'll see one last video, then I'll have to figure this out, and then I have to write it up. It's in 5 minutes. Okay, what are EMFs? Explained simply. I was thinking about that. Yeah. Always, whatever you do, compare it. Like, just try to learn an actual science or skill, and then compare that with word salad, guys. Actually, I want to show before we. Okay, since we're on in the mood, I'll go over here. I'll do. I think we pretty much potential difference of electromagnetic flow. Okay, the last one. Then I'll do a Bob Greener of people laughing at him, and then we'll keep going.
The category of voltage can be split.
Yeah, Andrew said buzzword, Bob. Yeah, I had it just Bob Greener's word salad, and he gave me a better title. It's like buzzwords. Anyways.
Split into two subcategories: potential difference and EMF. EMF is acronym for electromotive force, although it isn't actually a force.
Okay, so voltage now. Okay, so voltage is basically potential difference. So voltage is EMF.
So what is the difference between EMF and potential difference?
Why is it loud? I just lowered this. I don't understand what's happening here.
Circuit with a cell and a light bulb. Let's imagine this to be an electron. Electrons in a circuit go from the negative terminal.
Like, I have it like muted on my thing. Okay, what? Oh, I know why. I know why. I have it
to the cell and a light bulb. Let's imagine this to be an electron. Electrons in a circuit go from the negative terminal to the.
Yeah, I realized why. Because my headphones were set to low, so everything was set to high. So this is a super loud video.
Positive terminal.
Let's play it again.
The category of voltage can be split into two subcategories: potential difference and EMF. EMF is acronym for electromotive force, although it isn't actually a force. So what is the difference between EMF and potential difference? Here's a simple circuit with a cell and a light bulb. Let's imagine this to be an electron. Electrons in a circuit go from the negative terminal to the positive terminal. But conventional current goes from the positive side to the negative side. So in this video, we will use the conventional current when we consider the direction of current. A cell or a battery is a store of chemical energy. As an electron travels through the cell gives up a tiny bit of this chemical energy. I'm going to represent this energy using this bit of Lego. You can also think of this electron transferring the chemical energy from the cell along the circuit.
Oh, I know why it's loud, because I had this thing set up. Get turned off. Holy.
Energy transfer from the
okay, sorry guys, yeah, I had, okay. Okay, so I figured it out. Okay, so now it's why it was messing up, because I'm like, this is a 1.3 million video. Okay, so what I had the accidental this one on. So the issue was, I had my my headphones set to super low for some reason. And then all these would be super high for you guys, super low for me.
Energy to electrical energy. When the electron passes through the light bulb, the electron gives up its energy to the bulb. This energy.
Okay, I'm going to read it again and then I go back in. Okay, so voltage is EMF and potential difference.
The category of voltage can be split into two subcategories: potential difference and EMF. EMF is acronym for electromotive force, although it isn't actually a force. So what is the difference between EMF and potential difference? Here's a simple circuit with a cell and a light bulb. Let's imagine this to be an electron. Electrons in a circuit go from the negative terminal to the positive terminal. but conventional current goes from the positive side to the negative side. So in this video, we will use the conventional current when we consider the direction of current. A cell or a battery is a store of chemical energy. As an electron travels through the cell gives up a tiny bit of this chemical energy. I'm going to represent this energy using this bit of Lego. You can also think of this electron transferring the chemical energy from the cell along the circuit. The energy transfer from the cell to the electron is from chemical energy to electrical energy. When the electron passes through the light bulb, the electron gives up its energy to the bulb. This energy transfer is from electrical to light and thermal energy. So when we talk about EMF, that is the energy supplied to a unit of charge by a source. And in this process, the energy transfer is from other types of energy into electrical energy. But when we refer to potential difference, that's the energy dissipated by units of charge when it goes through a component. So the process of energy transfer here is from electrical energy to other types of energy. So you can think of cells, batteries, and any other power sources as having EMF. The components like resistors, light bulbs, LEDs, and speakers, they will have a potential difference across them.
Okay. So potential difference is loss, and then the other one is added energy. Again, it's a bunch of hoopla. Anyways, and I absolutely despise that electron flow is opposite of current. Like, it's just, I think that's like a psyop in and of itself. Now that they have to pretend like electrons going this way just for the illustrative purposes. So current is, okay, I think I may have to redo all of electrical engineering and basically say electron flows where current is. And then I'll just put a negative sign on all the mainstream equations. Anyway, so that's this part. Okay, that's all for this one, and I'm going to go over some laughing stuff. Proper science by a 12-year-old. Yeah, again, these are the things, like, just compare it and understand why we are in a situation where conspiracy peeps are laughed at. So that's why I take it personally when Bob Gutier's making a complete fool of everybody. So, and if I go here, I sent it to somebody, where did I send it? I sent it to Andrew and them. Okay, Gage, this is, okay, now in War Room. So, listen to this right here. Mix briefing. This is the one here. So, after the briefing, and then they had this talk after. Now, so Bob saw a bird. Yeah, I
that is not justified by his.
So listen to the words. If we go here, so these are the ones they're describing Bob's. These are all spooks describing Bob's presentation to the Mick Harrison spook. So if I go to word salad, so like, look what they said. They said that they need to talk to Stephen Jones.
Analysis, in my opinion,
really do need people like Niels Harrit and Stephen Jones to see through if there was any word salad there.
All right, so can you notice what's happening? He's saying that they need to talk to Niels Harrit and Stephen Jones because they're experts, quote experts, and they can do an analysis to see if Bob Ginner's talking like a word salad, because he was saying a word salad. But now look at what Gage says. Gage, and this is Green. Yeah, refute. I think he says refute. Okay, now this is one of the funniest things Richard Gage has ever said. And then look at these, all of them start laughing.
Digressing completely. Richard, I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that, but you are going to be, as I understand it, next Saturday, going to give your perspective on that.
Well, I'm not going to refute anything. Well, most all of the things that Grenier said, because nobody understood most of what he said.
Look at even this old spooky lady's laughing. They're all just laughing. They can't understand it to even try to debunk it because it's actually. And listen what Richard Gage is laughing at Bob, and I can't blame him for it.
Understood. Nobody said. Well, most all of the things that Grenier said, because nobody understood most of what he said.
They're all just laughing at him. Oh wait, it's like, and again, and you could tell those were instinctual laughs. They're not just trying to be spooky. They're actually hilarious. It's like there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, let's go here. Laughing, Gage laughing at PG. I'll just put it like that. Okay. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, okay. I'll do one more word salad because I'm in the zone. Last one. Last one, and then we'll go. Yeah, I need to go and take a nap and then do some stuff. Okay, PG Wilden. Like I just I don't understand. This is just like wild stuff. Like this part here, the yoga pose one. Like I don't know what y'all want from me. I'll make a double speed.
The simplest way to understand what an exotic vacuum object is because have you ever experienced where you've gone across a nylon floor or you're wearing certain clothes, it's dry, and then you have a spark coming out of your finger and you go, oh, shut up, or you don't have a doorknob or some grounded object. What's happening there is you have a charge on your body, and there's something that's flowing out of your body. And this force informs the toroidal structure and it produces a microball lining coming out of your finger. But the flux is always coming out of your finger. You can see this in curling photography. So you put your hand down on a radioactive plate and you get your body charged and you see these things coming out of the points. Why? Because you get space charge increase at a point, and the points on your body that are most pointy for most people are your fingers, right? Now, when you have this coming out of your body and you go into this position, I mean specifically this position, right? When you are meditating, you have these structures coming out producing an ether vortex, you have these structures coming out producing an anti-ether vortex. That produces the magnetic loop here of the toroidal moment through the center. And that is able to interact with the dark matter that is flowing into the earth, which is the model of gravity.
Alright. What what just happened? What is going on here? What I don't understand. Like is this real life?
I didn't find the source for this.
Where's the this one here? Like what are we doing here? Okay, anyways, that's all for today, guys.
The simplest way to understand what an exotic.
So, anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this stream, guys. This is just ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Anyways, that's all for today. And anyways, guys, I'm gonna go right here and then out of here. Let's go stream. How do I do this? Where's my stream thingy? It's gone. Oh, there it is. Okay. Thanks for joining. And have a great day. Anyways, I'll be analyzing it. So yeah, great show. Yeah, great stuff. And yeah, so 29 million tons of thermite. That's your new name. Have a good one, guys. Adios and ciao and stream.